to another episode of the PlugnPaid show. I have to my right, because it'll be my left, Emmy, and with us we also have the two co-founders of Nexweave, Inder and Ashtosh. Say hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey, everyone.
So, guys, today is going to be a little bit different today, as you can tell, since it'll be all the four of us. We'll give like a quick little brief introduction about the Nexweave team and about how PlugnPaid is connecting and helping out all of you agency owners who are going to be helping out your clients, how you can have Nexweave help yourselves and help your clients as well in the future. Right. So on that note, I'll let you guys take it away.
Thanks, Bruce. If you allow me just to make a short introduction, and then I'll hand over the discussion to Inder and Ashutosh.
Sure.
As you guys know, PlugnPaid is a platform that allows you to collect online payments. And this means checkout cards, buttons, widgets, invoices, smart invoices that you can pay with one click, affiliate programs, and many more functionalities all around payments and collecting payments. And we also have a platform called Superbots, which is designed for agencies that manage multiple merchant accounts. So in a nutshell, that's what PlugnPaid, for those of you that don't know and are new viewers. And we have partnered up with Nexweave because there is a lot of synergy between what we do and what they do. In the next version in PlugnPaid, we will be adding a marketing automation module, which will allow you to retarget your customers or work through your mailing lists with different drip campaigns and automations that allow you to just get your promotions into their inboxes or SMSs in the phone. But what does that mean with Nexweave? Well, it means with PlugnPaid you can only send like a normal email, which has some text and a button and maybe an image, and that's it, right? But if you want more than that, and you want to offer a unique experience for your brand to your customers, then you might want to send them personalized videos, which today in 2020 can be automized, and that's what the guys have done so far. And I love what they did, and that's the reason why we decided to make this combo. What does that mean, automized videos? Well, it means that if you have a PlugnPaid product that you want to promote to your a part of your audience, let's say, or a mailing list, maybe it's better to show it in a nice video where the photo of the product kind of animates and comes with the product title and the nice price tag on there, which is interactive, and they can hover the mouse over it to see details, and they can click and they can purchase. So a nice interactive video has a higher chance to convert than just normal text, right? So that's what the guys have been doing. They're doing a great job, and I'm gonna let them explain more on what Nexweave can do for you. But another reason and bonus why we decided to create this bundle for you guys is both of us have a lifetime campaign going, and also we will have an integration together after the email automation, the marketing automation module comes out. Sometime in January, let's say, we will have an integration, native integration with Nexweave, where you could automate some of these videos through PlugnPaid in a nice way, so that you don't have to sit and build videos manually by yourself, right? And you have this on autopilot, a business which sends personalized videos to your customers. So that's awesome. I think that's a great power, and you guys can also benefit from it. So I highly recommend using both platforms. And with that being said, I'm going to let the guys explain more.
Thanks, Amy. That was a very kind introduction explaining what the two platforms can do together. I'm going to jump in a bit of a history in terms of how the platform came into existence. And it's going to be quite interesting in terms of how we brought in the aspect of interactivity within videos along with personalization. So the whole project began when someone came to me and said that I want to take personalization to the next level. And I want to show a unique video to every audience of mine, every individual in the audience, based on what kind of moves they've made on the platform, what kind of choices they've made on the platform, how they use the platform. So that's how the product genesis happened. But as we then took it to some e-commerce companies, what they said is that we're getting almost 70% plus video completion rates because the videos had some element of personalization. But what they were not happy about is that after watching the video, they still had to go to the regular buttons, landing pages to complete the transaction. So that's where we got the idea that why not blend personalization, video, and interactivity together in one single module, so that not only are we hooking the user onto that particular message in a video format, but we're also giving him the options to complete the transaction over the video itself. And that's how Nexweave was born. And the interesting part with PlugnPaid is that with the whole ecosystem of the checkout cards, the payment integrations, the affiliates, if we bring the two together and we add the flavors which are now available with customer journeys, we can have an email sent out to every individual who's left a product without purchasing it, saying, let's say, hey, Emmy, looks like you left this white t-shirt in the cart. Would you like to complete that transaction? And we're giving you a 20% discount to do that. And the whole thing can be automated, where through PlugnPaid, we get a notification or a trigger which says that this is a product that this gentleman or this lady has left in the cart. We have an automated video being sent out to them, which can be hosted either on a landing page or it can be a separate video. And then to bring them onto that particular video, we can have an email sent out with a personalized image or an SMS with a personalized URL link so that they can be brought to that particular transaction point and the transaction can be completed. So this is where we thought that the two platforms coming together could bring in tremendous value for the users, where we have an ecosystem of payments blending with an ecosystem for engagement. And in fact, there are some aspects in the roadmap that we are now structuring in so that you would have more options to make the videos interactive. Maybe slightly later down the discussion that we have today, I'm going to show you glimpses on how, while watching the video, you will have some elements appearing on the screen, which let's say if you hover over them, it will give you the option to complete transactions by showing you product details, either as an overlay or as a product widget, which is something that we've rolled out in the roadmap. You can see that early January. And of course, with the whole marketing automation stack being launched by Emmy, the combination is going to just start opening up new wonder boxes for everyone who's using either of the platforms. So that's where we thought, let's do a combined deal, show them what they can achieve with the whole package and get the benefits early on.
Nice. Awesome. Hey, can you show us like a preview of what can be done with the platform? Because I really love what comes out of it.
Absolutely. So let me just share my screen and give you guys a glimpse of that.
And guys, I just added the URL right there. You can see it, nexweave.plugnpaid.com.
Yeah, if you want to grab this deal, we have 4 combo packages prepared for you guys with different flavors. We're going to talk about that a bit later, but you can see the details of the deal in the link below. That's scrolling down in the bottom of the screen.
Inder, is it possible if you could zoom in a little bit on your screen there?
Yeah, let me do that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. So here's a short glimpse of what we'll be doing. This is an example with images, where on the image, you will have hotspots like these that you can scroll over and get to know more details about the specific products which are available on the canvas. So these kind of product widgets are going to be launched a little earlier, maybe sometime in January itself. And then later on, we will also have custom overlays coming on the screen depending on the design that you want. So that if you are following a particular widget design or a pop-up design, you'll be able to integrate those with your pages. And there's something that is already there. If you guys have seen the platform, if let's say I want to create a video for Emmy and give him a certain discount on a particular product, then the videos can have elements like these.
Nice.
And then depending on how you want the rest of the videos to come across, you can give them options on the video. If I select a particular option, we'll be shown specifics about that particular option along with the option to purchase it. And this can be a loop video. So I can go back to other styles, check out the other styles, click on buy now, and the buy now can take you to the payment page. So that's where the integration between the two platforms can be very interesting. As you can see, we've added the options of adding variables over here. So each of these can be personalized for every experience, whether it's a video or an image. And to do this, yes, Emmy, you were asking something?
Yeah, I find this amazing. I love it. And I think our users will also find it really great. Imagine what you can do with this. So nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the combination of branching along with the option to purchase can help you create interactive catalogs, so that when you send it off to someone, because people are more inclined towards visual experiences now, they'll enjoy playing around with it, being in control, and then doing the transactions themselves. So these are some of the things which are coming in. I think some of our earlier updates mentioned how we can have personalized images being sent that take you to personalized landing pages. So yeah, this is what we planned in terms of the combination of the two products.
Awesome. So yeah, imagine guys, we can have these cool videos created, and you can by the way customize the videos pretty like quite a lot. Like you can add your own images and backgrounds and elements and things like that, drag them around and control the animations, right? To some extent, and that's great. And you can do this really fast. And imagine you have this video or this animated GIF or something or an image that has this area where you can click and interact with it. And if you wanna, you showed me earlier a demo with the shirt or something. I really love that. If you have it around, I'd love to see it again. Is where you can see the details about that shirt, and you click it, and then you have a bit more details, the price, and the buy now button. Imagine that's an add to cart button, which works with PlugnPaid. You add to cart, and you can continue the checkout in the same page without the video even closing. PlugnPaid opens on top, and you can complete the checkout, close it, and continue with the experience on your website. So that's pretty powerful. And that's one reason, guys, why PlugnPaid does not offer a storefront. We want PlugnPaid to be more of a middleware that you can use anywhere, in websites, in videos, in live streams, with QR codes. We want you to be able to collect payments from multiple sources, not just the website. We don't do website design. There's a lot of companies that do that really well. By the way, I'm just going to mention Breezy a lot, I think, because we're using Breezy for the landing page of the campaign. Took me 5 minutes to do it. We found a mistake live during the webinar. I just clicked 2 buttons and it's fixed and it's deployed live. It's amazing. So there's a lot of tools like that can help you build cool websites. Go use them, but use PlugnPaid for the payments part, for the cart checkout. If you're a SaaS, use PlugnPaid for subscription management and so on. So in this case, with the videos, it's really powerful to see how together with PlugnPaid you can have an interactive checkout session, which is it's closer to a physical store, right? Where you see movement, you can touch, you can feel, you can play with it, rather than just looking at an image in a store, like an Amazon, right, or something. So it's pretty cool, guys. I'm really excited about this. And so if you want to take advantage of the combo, then go ahead and visit nexweave.plugnpaid.com. You can see the website scrolling below at some point as well. And the bundle page doesn't have too many details because we both have our own lifetime campaigns going with a lot of details explained there. And you have links below. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, you have 2 buttons to see more details about PlugnPaid and Super Bowls, and to see more details about Nexweave and what each plan has and things like that, and to make up your mind what's right for you. And then you come back here to this bundle page in order to purchase with a heavy discount. If you get both products, you get 40% discount. And if you get the highest package, the XXL, which includes Super Bowls plus with Nexweave with 25 codes, I think you need to refresh the page, Bruce.
Yep.
Then it's a 50% discount. So it's huge value. Is like you buy both for kind of the price of one. And yeah, just go ahead and check it out. Feel free to purchase. We have a limited amount of coupons on them. Didn't have time to kind of do the live updating of the stock, but go ahead and purchase it. We're gonna keep the deal open for a few weeks. Yeah, just go ahead and check it out. And if you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below. We're gonna see them here live in the StreamYard, and I'm gonna answer to them. And if you wanna jump in with a video, we can also host you if you want. So to join.
We did have 2 questions. I'm going to address that real quick before we go on because they're going to be related, and I'll just get this out of the way. So Ross says, this is all driven by webhooks, I take it. No, not completely. There are some native integrations regarding some like JavaScript that comes from some of the shopping carts from PlugnPaid that can be used as interactive elements inside a Nexweave page.
Yeah. So a lot of the features of the integration, yes, can be done with webhooks, and the guys have already did them. I don't know if they work in production, but I know they showed me an integration or two, which already work. But we want to take it one step further. We want to make it easier for you, so you don't have to kind of configure too many things in both platforms. So, for example, get your product data into Nexweave. You don't have to type in and upload the image and stuff like that. So we want to do integrations like that, which are not based on webhooks because the purchase hasn't happened yet. Our webhooks only trigger when when a transaction state changes. When a transaction is started or is abandoned or it's marked as paid or things like that, that's when we send out the webhooks. Yes, we send out webhooks when you edit the product as well, and you can do something there, but we wanted to do a more native integration than just webhooks. So I'm really excited to what we can do in January. We already have like 5 or 6 ideas written down of different kinds of ways that you can use both platforms together. So yeah, it's a bit more than just webhooks. It's not just that. I don't know if I mentioned about Super Bolts. Maybe I just touched it or scratched it a bit. So we have 4 plans, as mentioned earlier. And 2 plans, 2 bundles are with single accounts for a small single user or a small team, where you get 1 PlugnPaid account and 1 Nexweave account, maybe with a few teammates. But we also have 2 other bundles, which we prepared especially for agencies, and they contain PlugnPaid agency version and Nexweave agency version. PlugnPaid agency version is called Super Bolts, and Nexweave have a plan, an agency plan with 10 sub-accounts or 50 sub-accounts, and the number of sub-accounts match with PlugnPaid. So if you get Super Bolts, you get 10 sub-accounts with Nexweave, which also have 10 sub-accounts. So you can use 1 account for each of your clients if you are an agency, or you can grab the big pack, which is a 50% discount for 50 sub-accounts. By the way, guys, we just at PlugnPaid, we just ran out of stock with Super Bolts Plus. You can no longer purchase it from our landing page. You can only purchase it by grabbing a bundle. So, yeah.
So you're getting like 2 agency platforms in one. There you go.
Yes. You get an agency with everything payments related and marketing related. Maybe not everything, but a huge chunk of what you can do marketing-wise with videos and automations.
So
see, just to add to that.
Yep. Go ahead, Indra.
Yeah, just to add a few things over here. Some of the things that Emmy just mentioned was about how certain events are being captured and how communication can be for those specific events. The fact that we are fairly early in terms of our roadmap, you'll see a variety of campaigns coming in on how you can have various kinds of emails being sent out, LinkedIn outreaches happening, etc., etc. So I think the combination is going to be very attractive as we move forward with interactive images, with hyper-personalization stepping into more media formats. So I would also urge you guys to take the most of this particular benefit. We are ourselves running out of the number of top agency accounts that we plan to sell in. So maybe in a couple of weeks, those will not be available. So I would also urge you guys to grab as much as this deal that you can.
Yep.
And since Cody asked, we might as well look into it. There's no XL package. So I'm thinking, well, Cody, we'll talk about that after the stream. And I noticed that too. Maybe there's one that we could fit in there. That might be, I don't know, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. We'll see what we can do. No guarantees though, but we'll take a look. We'll talk about it after the stream.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a lot of combo types, but we just decided to go with the smallest pack, the biggest single user pack, the smallest agency pack, and the biggest agency packs, because just to simplify things and not confuse people. Our own, at least our own landing page for our lifetime deal is pretty complicated. It has 4 different lightning types, 3 different Super Bowl types, and some other add-ons. So we decided not to confuse you guys too much. Just 4 options, I think, should be sufficient to cover most cases. But like Bruce said, if there's high demand of an XL plan, we might just go ahead and add it.
I think that kind of does make sense, right? Something around like 1050, 1100, 1150 right in the middle. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Thanks, Cody.
All right. Do we have other questions? Is there any difference between these Nexweave codes and those from Martech? As a PMP believer, I'm not getting much value from combos, Nexweave or Cattle, maybe another target market. This is a question for Nexweave, I guess.
Yeah, so Ross, the benefits that you're getting on the codes on Martech or as part of the bundle are the same in terms of the benefits against the count of codes. It's just that you're getting a higher discount over here because the 2 platforms are coming together and launching a deal. So on Martech, there's a 20% discount that's running across all the plans, whereas we decided to have a 40% discount, which is a 2x discount for all the plans and a 2.5x discount for the top plan, which is the agency stack with 50 sub accounts on both PlugnPaid and Nexweave.
Yeah, basically, this is a deal for people that do not own neither PlugnPaid or Nexweave, or they own some small account and they want to go big with some agency now. So if you want to grab both of them together, this deal is for you. The benefit is obvious. You get a bigger discount because you get both. There's no other differences in PlugnPaid either. So with our current lifetime plans, everything matches. It's just that they're married together, and if you get them as a couple, you get a better joy out of it. That's all.
Perfect. And we got another one jumping in, and someone says, can you please tell me about an upgrade path if things go well and need more sub accounts for both, and for Nexweave I need more credits?
So for PlugnPaid, yes, there are some in-app upgrades that we're going to keep for a longer period of time, where you can purchase more sub accounts. Hi, Bruce. More sub accounts, or you can purchase more teammates, things like that. We plan to keep this for a longer while, and if we ever take them down, we're going to announce ahead of time, and we won't just remove them. We will probably replace them with some subscriptions counterpart or something. But I mean, we'll always be there for you to scale up. But the lifetime upgrades will be there for a longer time. There's no end date at the moment for PlugnPaid, at least.
I think specifically for Nexweave, there have been some queries coming in terms of what happens when we run out of credits in a particular month. So we've configured add-ons, which we'll be releasing details very shortly, where let's say you picked up a plan where you get 100,000 credits in a month and you run out of them, then you can go ahead and buy upgrades specifically for that month by paying a certain amount. For sub accounts, for team members, we would be coming up with some upgrades once the feature goes live. For sub accounts, maybe we will be capping it at 50 sub accounts per plan, because we don't intend to have a lot of these agency accounts being given away. So that's why I'm urging you guys that in case you feel that this is going to be interesting for you guys, go ahead and grab the agency accounts, because we might just keep them live for the next couple of weeks.
All right. Inder, what is credits? Can you explain a bit what's credits so people understand what can they do with the credits?
Sure. So when you buy a Nexweave plan, you get a certain number of credits. So if you look at the L plan or the XSL plan, the L plan has 50,000 credits. What this means is that one credit is equivalent to one video that has been viewed, or one credit is equivalent to 20 images that have been viewed. And the math around this is that, let's say if you're running an email campaign and you're sending out messages to 100,000 individuals, you will typically get a 3 to 5% open rate. So out of every, I would say roughly 20 emails that you sent out, one of them is going to lead the user to the landing page to watch the video. So when 20 such images have been seen, 20 such emails have been opened, one credit is consumed. And then out of those 20 emails, if one of them heads on to your landing page and watches the video, another credit is consumed. So that's where I think we've been fairly generous in terms of the credits that we've given, especially for the agency plans. But nonetheless, if there are situations coming in where you want add-ons, we'll have them available as well.
All right. Nice. Yeah, I think it's plenty of 250,000 credits. It's a lot of credits. How many emails should you send out to spend those in a month?
That'll effectively give you 5 million emails that can be opened.
Well, another thing to consider, I mean, too, and I was actually having this conversation with Indra last night, is if you're an agency and you start doing video personalization, which on scale really hasn't been seen before as part of like video marketing campaigns, imagine how much each campaign, can really send. That's a lot of emails that could be sent out, because you're going to have clients who are going to want, for conversions, those videos to be sent on their behalf. Obviously, they're going to need your help to do it, and that's the purpose of the agency dynamic, right? That just makes sense. Inder, you have seen some companies that offer, but rarely, but that you've seen them offer video personalization on a month-to-month basis. How much have you seen companies offer that as a SaaS? And then secondly, how much do you see it as a service that agencies provide to clients?
Interesting question. So whenever you're having a discussion about video personalization, there is the creation of the media files as well, which are going to be required. So for running a campaign like this, the agencies are going to get involved to create the base media file, have discussions in terms of what needs to be shown at what aspects, what elements have to be personalized. So even when we were having the earlier discussions with our customers before we went the SaaS route, every discussion would require us to rope in designers to have a discussion in terms of what kind of video has to be created, what kind of structure for the landing page has to be created, what kind of images need to be put in the email body. So this agency dynamic is going to be getting involved every time you run a video personalization campaign. What we've eased for everyone is that until now, any video personalization campaign required you to create multiple adaptations of the video. And if you had to send a campaign to, let's say, even 100,000 individuals, you had to first create those 100,000 copies of those videos and then run the campaign. Even if you got a 2% open rate, that would mean that you were actually amortizing the entire cost of production of those videos over just 2% of the audience. The benefit with Nexweave is that now you can do this in real time. So only when someone opens the video and watches it is when your credits are being consumed. So that's what makes it extremely scalable as compared to the earlier options that were there. And you still have the fact that the conversation will require you to get the agency designers involved so that the video piece can be created and then the whole campaign can be run. So which is why we came up with agency plans.
Right, and that's beneficial for agencies. That way they're not just consuming like crazy their credits, right? That just makes sense. But if you're an agency owner, I have to know, well, A, sometimes another marketer will want to rent out my sub account. So I have to have that pricing, which is why I asked. And then number two, if I'm an agency providing that, let's say it's Bruce Video is providing a service. And people ask me this on a private chat, which is why I'm asking. And then I have to provide them a means of paying for it, right? So then I send them to the Bruce Pay portal. And then they can also refer to their friends so they can sign up to be like a Bruce affiliate. Okay, fine. But how much have you seen that agencies also charge their clients? And I say this because a lot of the people, we have like 20 people watching, they're going to want to know how much do they charge a client. Great. If the industry average is something like $600, then to make sure that I don't lose out to competition, maybe I'll charge it at $450 a month. And then I'll create a plug and pay product based on $450 a month. So the reason why I was asking for pricing is to give your average agency owner that is going to buy this combo, right? What is the average cost that they can consider of, you know, how they can monetize? So that way they get at least an idea of, okay, I see if I invest $1,500, I can make my money back in 3-4 months, et cetera, et cetera.
Correct. So what we've seen is that typically these kind of videos which go into the personalization realm, the entities which are producing these videos might charge you somewhere around $2,500 to $3,000 to get the video ready. If it's an explanatory video for a product launch, it could be as low as $500 to $600 as well. But very rarely you'll find an agency going and creating a campaign with video which is going to be less than $500, even in the aggressive parts of the world. So I think if you have to get value of the whole combo, it wouldn't take more than 3 to 4 campaigns to really recover the entire cost of the package and then start making money over it.
Holy crap. The price that you just told me were like astronomical right now. Okay.
Is the advantage of automations, right? So you automate a lot of the process. This means your cost is cut down to this, and your profits will be 90+% of what you charge your client, and that's huge. So there's
I think the biggest value. Yeah, I think the biggest value is that because not many people have seen videos containing their names, their logos, the wow factor that it brings in when you send out a LinkedIn outreach or when you send out an email to someone that we've got something special for you, it just amplifies the response from an individual, which is why we've seen that in most cases, even on LinkedIn, we saw a 30% reply rate. In the e-commerce campaigns that we've done, there has been a 70% video completion rate. That's only because the first 8 seconds has got some element of personalization, which hooks you till the end of the video to see what's there for me.
Yeah, makes sense. I can see that being really helpful in the e-commerce market to help increase conversions. And since PlugnPaid also works as like an e-commerce, platform, it helps assist in that. So, yeah, makes sense. Okay, let's go back to a few of the questions here. So I'm going to take the screen down for a little bit. Okay. Ash Josh, don't be shy. Feel free to jump in anytime you want, brother. All right.
Sure.
Okay, so we got some here saying, on the large plan, are those 10 accounts 5K or 50K each? Let's head back to the screen I just put away. It says 50K credits. We should probably talk about the credit system. Let me move myself real quick. Sorry, Emmy, you're going bye-bye for a little bit.
Thank you.
You got it. So the 50K system is considered almost like a pool, guys. So that's another thing. You may have one client who may use a large, vast quantity of credits. That's important because you don't want to just all of a sudden have that campaign being blocked right in the middle of the week because, it happened to catch a lot of traction and you've consumed all your credits. It doesn't work like that. It's based on a pool basis that's consumed by all the sub-accounts across your tenant or across your whole account. Tenant or account, those words are interchangeable. Okay, so I hope, Ross, that answers your question. Let's see. Emmy, you're coming back for this one. All right. So Cedric says, what about for AppSumo Super Bowl owners from 2019? Thank you very much for being an early adopter. Do you plan to make another Nexweave deal for us? That's a good question, and that kind of makes sense since we have quite a bit of those old agency owners. I think that just makes sense.
Let me talk to the guys, and I'll see what I can do for you guys. Of course, I want what's best for our early adopters. I'm always up for that. So, thank you for asking and reminding me. We'll definitely do. And to also receive an answer, right? We're gonna post in our users group, in our lifetime users group on Facebook. Once we get something in place for you guys, I'm gonna make an announcement there.
Perfect. Thank you. Moving on now to the next one. Ross, fixed to each account. That's a continuation of his previous one here. Again, it's the 50K that's pooled. So if you get the XXL, you're looking at 250K credits, just that. Indra, do you know off the top of your head, if we had an extra large, what would be the amount of credits that would be in between?
The extra large had 100,000 credits.
There you go. Okay. All right. So then I see that probably being a little bit closer to maybe 1,000. Just to Cody, to answer your question, 1050. We'll play with the numbers, but if we had an XXL, that's what we would be looking at.
An XL.
Exactly, Ross. Exactly, right? We don't want your campaigns to be limited because obviously you're a client. You may have 5 campaigns running at once, but one campaign may really take off. It would be really bad to have a limit system applied per sub account. You need to be able to have that flexibility just in case 1 out of the 5 or 10 campaigns that you're running on just explode. You need that extra, automatic handling. So just the pool system just made it as like the natural, most organic path of least resistance, essentially. So thank you, Ross, for the question.
And in Super Bowls is the same. Our quotas are pooled.
Right. For transactions, that's what Emmy's referring to. Yep.
Yeah. For our own quotas, the different quotas.
Sorry, Ashtosh, don't mean to cover you. You'll be right back. Okay. So can 2 or more XXL bundles be stacked to one account, or does every XXL bundle need its own account? That's an excellent question. And I'm glad you brought that up because I was also going to ask that because you may have some people who may want to do double or triple or quadruple stacks of this specific bundle because now that the Super Bowl Plus is no longer able to be purchased separately and you could still buy it in a bundle, I was going to bring that up. You kind of read my mind, Mr. Facebook user or Mrs. Facebook user.
Yeah. So definitely with PlugnPaid, we're going to stack your accounts on your coupon codes on the same account if you buy more. I don't know exactly on the Nexweave side how that works, but I suppose it's possible. Right in there?
Yeah, so on Nexweave, we've not really thought of stacking double agency accounts, considering that we've just gone live with the first deal. Maybe depending on the inputs that we're getting and the number of people who are coming on board, how they're using the platform, we can probably have another round of discussion revealing more details in terms of how that can happen.
Yeah, but I mean, since you manage, you want to manage your transactions and your payments and everything related to that in a central place, having Super Bowls bundle is great. You don't really need Nexweave bundle. I mean, what's the disadvantage? You need to log out and log in another account if you get 2 different accounts, 2 different XXL Nexweave accounts.
Yes, probably at 2 different email accounts. So just create an alias, guys, right? So
just sign out, log in into the other account to manage your other portion of the agency. That's not a big deal, right? You want to have everything centralized in the transaction side of things. Yes, that's a big deal because we're talking about financial reports and things like that, which you need to have together. But with videos, you don't really have them together. So, but if you want to stack them, reach out to Nexweave support, see if they can help or not. It depends on. It really depends on their policy going forward, and some other internal decisions that they have. So, but feel free to reach to their support. Maybe they will help you out with that.
And I think it would also help I think it would also help the team. Emmy, you're going away real quick. There you go. I think it would also help the team, Ashtosh and Inder, if you guys were interested, give them an indication about what your interests are. So if you don't mind in the comments, hit like +1 or say yes to stacking. That way they can see how much of a priority that is to you. That way they'll consider that based on your level of interest. So if that's something that's of interest, go ahead, put that in the comments. We'll see it, number 1. And then number 2, keep in mind, guys, we also have split payment options. So that it is something to consider on the XSL package itself. I don't think we talked about that yet, but I just wanted to put that out there since we are talking about XSL bundles.
Also, to be honest, I think the number of credits that are available out there, I'll be happy to see someone go and exhaust 250K credits in the campaigns that they're running. And if you happen to do that, just reach out to me. I think I'll probably provide something extra just for reaching that limit.
And you know what? It would be also helpful that if they did exhaust that limit, we do we'll do a Nexweave webinar where we'll bring them on as a guest, and we'll have them promote their services. We'll have them show off their website. We'll talk about their customer acquisition, et cetera, et cetera. That just makes sense. If you blow through all those credits, you deserve to get some accolades and recognition in the community.
Absolutely, without doubt. That's something we've already planned. So if you've gone ahead and exhausted your credits, be happy about it, because we're going to be featuring you in our live sessions.
There you go. Ashtosh, you've been a little quiet, so I'm going to I'm going to highlight you for a little bit, if you don't mind. And I'm going to have you talk about yourself a little bit inside with the team too. So let's go ahead. Let's get you. All right, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah. So, so you want me to answer the next question, or is it like
just go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself and what you're doing with the Nexweave team too.
Okay. So I'll just give a background, like how we started. So me and Inder are friends from last decade, more than decade, around 2 decades. We are friends since then. And then all of a sudden we thought of, so we all were fascinated of SaaS, and then we thought of building something on our own. And then, as Inder had mentioned, like we were working for one of our clients, and then they wanted to have a personalized video for each and every users to help them to correct their mistakes. So that is when we came up with this idea. And then initially we were doing a rendering of videos, and while doing that we realized that the cost of rendering is too much to serve it to each and every customer. So that's when we came up with the HTML5 videos. And with that, we were able to reduce the cost by, I think, even by 1/20th or 1/50th, more than that. So initially the cost was around, initially the cost was around 10 cents to 15 cents minimum on the topmost plan, but now it's even less than 0.01 cent. So that's what we did. So for upcoming features, we'll be having a custom domain, and for the image as well as for landing pages would be coming up by 15th of December. And then we'll be adding user management feature as well by Jan. So we just shifted a few of the features based on the requests that we were getting. Like people wanted to have a custom domain and branding to be attached faster than having a team feature. So that's what we are working on. We are also building few widgets that can be used, as in the headman showed in some of the in the GIF. And also we'll be releasing SDK for the developers outside also, if they want to develop their own widgets and integrate in the Nexweave. But that is also something which we are working on right now. So it is going to be pretty exciting. So it's not like it would be us only who will be developing those widgets. We'll be outsourcing it, and people can just build their own widgets and put it over on the Nexweave platform.
Perfect. I'm going to have you answer this one question that just came up. I feel like you're really suited for that based on your story. Just got here. Love to hear how your tool, Nexweave, can help benefit cold emailing.
Yeah. So as we've seen, like if there's a personalization element which is added to any of the media, the chances of grabbing the attention is quite high compared to just standard linear email or linear messages. So assume like you get a image which is a personalized image which says hi username, whatever your name is, so hi Bruce. And then when you click on it, it takes you to the video page, and again the video beats with your name, and all the variables which are there in the videos, they can be parameterized just by API call, and every individual will get a different video. So you can do email campaign based on your user segment, based on one-to-one user. So you can sell the same product at a different price. You can offer different discounts to each and every individual based on the loyalty the user is to the particular brand. So I believe that it would be very helpful for the chances of conversion with this personalization tool would be pretty high compared to any other cold email platforms.
Plus, like you said, with that one client, you saved them 20, 50 times what they were paying. I was like, that just blew my mind how much you were saving them.
Right.
Do you want to add anything to that question that came up regarding cold emailing?
Absolutely. So I think the world of emailing has gone through a sea of change, where you see people trying to get more information about a particular prospect and trying to personalize the messages that are being sent out. Unfortunately, with the kind of tools which have come out like Instagram, Pinterest and all, we become visual readers, I would say. So anything that is presented in the form of an image or a video is something that draws our attention much faster than standard text, which is why what we've seen is that in any email campaign, if you include an image which contains either your name or your company logo or some details about what your company represents, it'll probably attract the attention tenfold, because someone suddenly sees that there's a graphic made just for me. And then they will most likely go and read all the pieces of content in the email. And if that journey continues to get them onto a landing page where a video explains them what can be done for their particular business or their particular website with their names, with their company logos, you've got the mind share of the individual. You know that this individual is going to be hooked on to this particular message. He will remember you a lot more because you made a video for him. And that's where I think the whole industry is going to be heading towards. Not just emails. I think even LinkedIn outreach is soon going to have this kind of personalization. Probably most of it is going to be powered by us, hopefully.
And I have a two-part question that's going to come up, and this is going to be first part is going to be for Emmy, and then the second part is going to be for you, Inder. So let me go ahead and put that up on screen. So Emmy, I'm going to bring you up real quick.
All right.
Okay, so Scott Kane asks, not really familiar with PlugnPaid, just discovered Nexweave recently. So let's pause it right there. And Emmy, let's go ahead and give someone like Mr. Kane a quick introduction to PlugnPaid. And by the way, we are doing a multicast stream to both properties, right? So we're streaming to the Nexweave page, the Nexweave groups, as well as to the PlugnPaid groups. So Mr. Kane, thank you for joining us from Nexweave.
Yeah, hi Scott. So with PlugnPaid, you can manage your online payments across multiple sales channels. So you can manage multiple sales channels like different websites or links through your ads, or Nexweave landing pages and things like that. And then it's centralized, and you can see how each of the channels performed, and you can add your discounts, vouchers. You can have an affiliate a program shared with your partners to recommend your program, your products. You can have access to our affiliate network, which has hundreds of affiliates and growing, which can promote your product. So PlugnPaid is everything related to your online payments, as well as invoice management. To answer your first question, yeah. About the video part, yeah, that's a question for Nexweave, I guess. Yeah, but I wanted yes. Before we go there, I wanted to add something. So a few weeks ago, I received an email from a guy, a cold email. I didn't know him, and it had a GIF, and on the GIF it had my name on it, and they said the GIF was like, "Hey, Emmy, I need to talk to you," something like that, right? And it was just a short 2-second GIF showing him holding that page with my name on it. That made me click that video to see it in the landing page and see what that was about. So about the previous question with cold emailing, that's really powerful. When you see your name there, it's something psychological that makes you, hey, what's this about me? I have to check it out, right? So it converts a lot. Okay, sorry for that parenthesis. Take it away, Inder.
Yeah, absolutely. So in fact, what Emmy just mentioned is something that we're going to be taking live somewhere around mid-December, where along with personalized images, you will have personalized GIFs also available, which can be embedded in your emails. Specifically responding to Scott, you're looking for a way to personalize a video with snapshots of your client's website. You want to grab a snapshot of the website and insert that into a personalized video. So since we've built Nexweave in a fashion where you can have image on video personalization, as long as you have those list of snapshots available, maybe through any other tool, you can pass those snapshots into the video, so that video will probably show your screen showing how the website has been analyzed. You can have logos included of your particular client, etc., etc. In fact, we are going to come up with an announcement very soon, probably by mid-December, that we're integrating with another platform to fetch those assets and include that in Nexweave experiences. So stay tuned for that as well.
There you go. Thank you for that. Next question from Cody, Nexweave. What are the integrations? Since we're talking about it, right? Moosend, Automizy. He's referring to like the email delivery and automation platforms where they have also trigger sequences or drip sequences. So let's talk about that real quick. integrations and drip sequences. That's probably the most important features and aspects.
Yes. So the beauty of Nexweave is that you can run campaigns in multiple formats. There is an embed technique where you can go and create any experience and get the embed code, which will have personalization parameters. So once you've got that embed code, you can insert it into any emailing platform, be it MailChimp, Moosend, Automizy. And just like you set your merge parameters in an email campaign, you can copy those merge parameters and include in the embed codes that we've given. We also have a video showing you how to run a campaign with Automizy in the second technique as well, where you can upload the details of your contacts onto our platform. And using our campaign module, you'll be able to stitch together that this is the image to be created, this is the video to be shown to that individual. And then you will have additional merge parameters made available to you for every contact in your list. And then you can include that contact list, enrich your contact base in your email platform and run that particular campaign. So I would urge you to check out the video that we have on YouTube, where we've actually shown how you can run a campaign with Automizy. And if you still have any queries, you can come back to our website, put those queries on chat, and we'll help you out.
There you go. So another thing I wanted to mention is, and part of the roadmap. Do you want me to talk about that, or do you want me to talk about that regarding email delivery? Indra.
Yeah, I think there are aspects opening up over there. ME is coming up with a marketing automation platform. The combination of the two tools is going to be fairly interesting. So to be extremely candid, we were actually going to extend our platform to include some aspects of marketing automation when we had a discussion with Bruce about 8 months back. But now that ME is coming up with a platform where emails and messages are going to be included, we'll be discussing some native integrations and announcing them maybe in a couple of months or maybe earlier on how you can use the two platforms together to send personalized emails that land up on landing pages being offered by ME's team. And you'll see snippets of that on how that can be extended to affiliates to have personalized elements which say that this video has come from this particular affiliate, or it's made for someone who's specifically a particular person who's part of the outreach campaign. So we're taking in as many inputs as we can, depending on how the community wants us to evolve from over here. We're open to restructure some elements of our roadmap as well, because at the end of the day, this is the initial community. We want the early adopters to be extremely happy with what they can do with the platform. So keep throwing in more suggestions so that we can line up our roadmap in a better way.
So one thing I had mentioned too is Cody, is about the possibility of Nexweave including, your SMTP credentials from like maybe your G Suite account or your Office 365 account. So that's one thing I suggested, and then the other one I suggested is having Nexweave handle and manage the drip sequences inside Nexweave. So that's something that they're also considering, but that's something to keep in mind if that's something that you would like them to handle instead of you being dependent on a third-party platform. Why? And why do I say that? Is because your clients could benefit from it if you don't have a big Moosend account, if you don't have a big Automizy account, if you haven't set up where you have sub-accounts inside those accounts, maybe you would like it built into Nexweave. And this goes to anyone out there. If that's the case, guys, please let them know as they're taking into consideration what features that they want to build out as part of the roadmap. That's something that now is the time that you should let them know, yes, I want to use my own email accounts. Yes, I want to be able to send drip sequencing. This is the time as they're, finalizing what features to build out next that they want to hear from you. So now is the time to have your voice heard. So Cody, thank you very much for the question.
For both sides, right? I mean, if they get the bundle, then they will benefit from the PlugnPaid marketing automation module, which can do all of the drip sequences and things you would love, but is also linked automatically to your transactions, your visitors that abandon your carts, to your affiliates, without having to integrate anything. It's all in PlugnPaid. And then you can just use the Nexweave integration to send really cool videos to all those people with their name included in the video, with the products and prices, and which include the discounts. There's a lot to this that gets into a high complexity if you go to integrate. Think about discounts, right? You copy paste your price to the other page, but if you apply a discount, that other page doesn't have the discount. In PlugnPaid, you change the discount, it changes everywhere. So that's a little bit of magic.
And the other thing I kind of wanted to mention to Mr. Kane, people at Nexweave who aren't familiar, guess what? You'll have a service that in a way is like your own branded service to help out people with their own video personalization needs and campaigns. Eventually, and often, you're going to have people that are going to be happy with your work, and that's going to be because of Ender and Ashtosh and the awesome platform that they're building. So why is that important? Well, because you want to be able to have those people refer other people. So it just makes sense that you could give them an affiliate code and say, here, Mr. John Doe, go ahead and share this with your family and friends. Put it on your emails, send it out to your buddies via social media. And then guess what? They will get paid for those referrals, which means your agency gets more work. And that's kind of the basis of why we wanted to have the marriage between Nexweave and between PlugnPaid. Because PlugnPaid isn't just a billing solution, it's also like an affiliate solution where you can create affiliate campaigns. So I say that to you because, again, the idea and the thought process is as you have campaigns and clients that are happy, you want them to get paid for referring you. You can easily set that up with your own branded affiliate solution. So just wanted to point that out there. Cody, you're very welcome. Cedric, what is the difference between Dub versus Nexweave? And I'm glad you brought that up, Cedric, because I was just working on something like that with Ender the other day. Ender, how do you feel about us sharing something like that out there in the groups later?
So Bruce and I have been having discussions in terms of what are the overlaps, what is it that we can do together, etc., etc. I won't be revealing a lot in terms of what's going to come in the future, specifically because there are a lot of inputs that are coming in already, which might want us to relook at the roadmap. But some elements in terms of how you can have screen recording elements being included within the platform is something that we've already discussed. We had prepared a pilot for that, but then we just parked it for the time being to take in the requests which have come in after we've launched this particular campaign. So there have been more requests coming in for custom domains, so we've bought them at the forefront. We'll probably release them in December itself. But that's what I think Bruce is also emphasizing on. The more inputs that you bring on to us, since you're familiar with tools like Dub as well, and you want us to include certain things, share all those feedbacks with us. We will aggressively look at what is it that we can include, how it can benefit you, build up the use cases so that not just you, but others in the community, can also benefit from the inputs that you're bringing in on the platform.
So I think the other thing we should mention between Dub and Nexweave, Cedric, and obviously the most glaring one, is that when you need to have interactive videos, right? Dub doesn't have the interactive video elements that you would find on Nexweave. A perfect example is the tool that we saw come up on AppSumo called Spot, right? Spot was, let's say, like a static image, and then you can take your mouse and then you can click on a little hotspot. And that hotspot was like a circle, and the circle was like pulsating, like Ender was showing earlier. So the idea is that you could click on that hotspot. Well, guess what? Now you can do that inside videos, not just photos, with a level of video personalization as well. So that's something to keep in mind that you just don't find inside Dub. Yes, Dub has landing pages. Yes, they have call to actions. Yes, inside the emails that they send to you, they have a layer of video personalization when it's delivered via email. I haven't seen that on the actual landing pages itself. That could have been updated. I may be wrong. I haven't checked that out. But that's something to think of, that Nexweave not just has video personalization, but Dub applies it as a banner above the, as like a banner above your preview. Nexweave, they'll actually have it in the preview, and then when you click on the preview in the email and it takes you to the landing page, it won't be like a little banner above. It'll actually have the name inside the video, demonstrated in real time.
Yeah.
Right. Ender, do you have a video that we could play that can show like how quickly it renders with a person's name in the video?
Absolutely. Let me just pull out one of them.
Maybe you can find that one with the shirt or the skirt or something.
I'll give you some time to, and I'll answer the next question here. Cody, you're very welcome. And yes, the potential of PlugnPaid and Nexweave is enormous, and that was the thought process, right? You have a billing solution, you have an affiliate solution. The billing helps you, allows you to manage the subscriptions for your clients, while you have a video personalization campaign that has interactive elements that helps you sell products that are back on the PlugnPaid platform. That's the idea. That's the thought process. So imagine it as like one super product. I mean, that's kind of what this webinar is kind of about. Exactly. Ender, when you're set, go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah, I'm just going to share my screen.
Sure. Ross says Nexweave versus Spotlighter table might be useful. Yes, no, planned, vote. I'm glad you brought that up. We will add that to the comparison list that we're doing internally too. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at this video preview here. Ender, let me know when you're all set.
Yeah, so I think very few of you have actually seen what all is possible with the video personalization piece. So if you notice, these are the elements that we're using as part of the personalization elements. And you can add as many personalization variables as you want. You can have the name of the individual, their profile icons, the company name, the location, address, etc., etc. And you can keep adding anything which is in the text, image, or a CTA domain. Also, Lottie elements, if you are familiar with using Lottie personalization elements, those can also be added. Once that has been added, let's say I want to have elements where the name and the location have to be pulled in. We just configure them as variables in the experience. You can also have images being personalized. So in this case, if I want to pull out a profile icon for a particular individual and have that in the experience, that's also something that can be done. I'm going to pull out this demonstration set. Let's say I've got Ashutosh's profile image coming through some of the platforms. And if I have to probably preview the same experience, let me just pull this out. So now this is just the preview panel where I can quickly put in certain details. And the same thing can be done using APIs as well. And when I generate a link, the video is going to be ready. This link is something that you can distribute either on as an embed on a landing page or through chat platforms. And when I play it, it's going to have Ashutosh's images, his name, his location, the company name, etc., etc.
That was instant.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the rendering was instant. I was just going to say that.
Yeah. So the science behind it is that we're not rendering it every time. The reason we build the player right down from scratch is because then you can have dynamic personalization coming in, and you can have these changed very quickly. So we've run tests where we've created as much as 100,000 videos, and it takes less than 3 minutes to get them ready, even if you want to prepare them first and then send it out. And on a real-time basis, it is usually less than a 0.2 millisecond delay before you watching the video and actually preparing for the particular user.
That's amazing, guys.
And since we are constantly improving the platform, it's only going to get better from over here. We'll have more elements coming in. There's one thing that Ashutosh touched upon is the element of including widgets. Once widgets come in, you will have additional elements which can help you with lead generation. Maybe you can show them the first 10 seconds of the video, ask them to enter their emails, and then continue the rest of the video. We'll also be opening up the ability for others to develop widgets and include them within videos. So you might soon see videos being sent out to individuals with a short game that they have to play, which will unlock a benefit. And that's where we'll probably bring in the element of gamification within video, along with personalization that's already there. So we're just getting started. There's a lot to come along, and that's where we want inputs from you guys.
Very exciting.
I did have something I also wanted to mention, guys. Let me share with you the screen real quick. Here are the payment options. If you want to do installments, we have 3, 6, and this is the first time I've seen launched. We actually did a 12 with a cattle, and then we had some competitors do that right afterward. This is the first time I've seen a 9-month payment. I could be wrong, guys. Please let me know. But this is the first time I'm seeing an actual 9-month installment breakdown plan. So we're trying to bring you a lot of firsts, guys. A little bit of innovation here and there. So if you do a 9-month on the XXL, you're looking at something like 166, which is totally manageable over the next 9 months. There you go.
That was the which plan? The highest plan, right?
Yeah, that was the XXL plan. All right, let's move on down. Sarai, thank you very much for joining us. Wow, this is awesome. Hey there, girl. Can the videos be downloaded with the custom personalization baked in? That's a good question.
Good question.
So as of now, you can't download these videos because these are interactive videos. The minute you download these videos, you'll be stripping the interactivity of these videos. And since that is an important aspect of the proposition, we built it in a way where you send these videos as links, and that links invokes a player to include interactivity, personalization, real time. The minute we give the option of downloading them and then using them, we will start having some delays in terms of running real-time personalization campaigns. Although let's see in terms of what kind of inputs are coming in across the next couple of months. If that's something that becomes a roadblock, then maybe we will consider some alternatives in terms of how that can be structured as well. But as of now, you can't download those videos.
I think what he means is just manually in the dashboard, download it for yourself once, not rebuild for everyone. I think it's thinking about using it to make some campaigns which are not so personalized, but are personalized with their brand or products, right?
Well, Emmy, I think it was more of reverse, and I like the idea because imagine having Nexweave branding like a watermark on these personalized videos when you do campaigns, right? Because let's say you don't have the full white label option. Got it, totally fine. And someone wants to show off and be like, this is how amazing video is getting, where they have a personalized video, and then they click download, and maybe they have to wait, and I've seen it, right, where you have to wait maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes for a render, and then it downloads. We see that with plenty tools. We see that with StreamYard. We see that with videos. We see that with Review. You see that with InVideo. You take your pick. It gives time for it to render. Totally fine. And then I'm pretty sure after a certain amount of months, the video is not there to be downloaded. But the point is, if the consumer who's being shown their custom video just blows their mind and they want to show it off over at work and it has Nexweave branding on it, oh my God, that is such a huge bragging moment that not only gets it shows the value of Nexweave, but it's also going to be a video that's going to probably be passed around inside like a business. And if it has Nexweave branding on there, that just kind of makes sense. The two would be married together of, oh, hey, I got to show you someone made a custom video personalized just for me. It's almost like, bragging inside a business. I can see people wanting to download that. Totally.
Then I have another question, if I may.
Yeah.
If I want to create an ad, right? I have a product, I want to promote it. I want to create an ad. So I go in Nexweave and I create this kick-ass video with my product and the price and whatever in it. And maybe it's not personal. It's not interactive. I cannot click or nothing happens when I do. It's just the animations and the images and the text and the things that you guys have already built in there. Since I have this platform, can I use it for ads as well like that? And that would obviously require a download or something, or an upload in YouTube or something like that.
Yeah, so Emmy, right now, what we saw is that there were enough tools to create video content. So just like PlugnPaid is a middleware which stitches things that are already there in the market to make it better, we thought rather than going into the domain of creating videos where there are already about roughly 60 platforms out there, let's fit into the space where someone has already created a video. He wants to add some elements on top of that and then run an interactive sequence. However, let's see as we tread around this particular roadmap, if there are a lot of requests coming in where they want to use this for marketing purposes and not for sales purposes, then maybe we will include some elements a little later, depending on what's more on priority for the users, to have some elements like that. But to be honest, right now, I think there are enough options out there to get that thing rolling. So we'll probably stick to the part where we bring in interactivity a lot faster, and then jump onto these aspects if there's a lot of demand from the companies coming in.
Yeah, I totally understand. I mean, PlugnPaid itself doesn't offer websites, right? So I totally understand where you're coming from. There's other tools that do this in a great way. Why reinvent the wheel? And I totally agree with it. It's just I'm asking, like, for example, the PlugnPaid approach on this is, if you don't have a website and you don't want to buy a tool for websites, you can have a simple landing page with a simple checkout inside, nothing else, where you can just purchase and get your things done and collect the money without having this be a blocker, right? So maybe something similar, like a very, I would say, basic thing to allow them to touch on that domain, but not do anything really complex. It's obviously not made for video production, right? In that
Correct.
way, it's made for interactivity, and yeah. But maybe in the future, maybe for me, you can do something like
I'm gonna say
export a GIF, maybe export a GIF or something like that.
that's got to be a must. I'm going to put that out there. And a video for me. And let me expand on what Alex is saying here, too. Here's his follow up. More of the idea of videos with their name in it, for example, as part of the video, which obviously makes sense. It can be another sales channel, a video that they can use for other purposes. I 100% agree. I'm under the idea and the impression if that video goes viral because it has, John Smith's name on it, and he decides to share it out to his big, massive email list, that totally makes sense. Or if he shares it on his own personal YouTube account, and then he shares that YouTube link everywhere, and then it has Nexweave branding. That Alex, I totally agree with you on that. I'm 100% behind you. I'm a huge advocate for that feature.
Nice.
Great. So since Bruce is also routing for it, maybe we'll have to have an internal discussion in terms of what can be done. I'm not promising anything, but maybe in a few months we might go in that direction as well.
Going back into the land of interactivity, I just got a great idea, guys, for our integration. Check this out. Imagine a new cart funnel in PlugnPaid, where you enter your name and email and the shipping address and whatnot. When you go next to the last page of the cart, instead of seeing the last page of the cart, you see a personalized video directly there in place, and it says like, "Hey, Emmy, we have this awesome new guitar which we can ship in Romania, Bucharest, in 2 days." That will blow my mind off, right? Add to cart. And I can add that to cart as well and then continue the checkout like that. That's also an awesome integration, which is not that difficult to do.
In fact, I think e-commerce has a lot of variations that can come into play. You have abandoned carts where I can get back to them with a personalized video, making them feel special. We can have upsell opportunities on the thank you page. Let's say I bought something and it's a complimentary product. I can have a video explaining them how the two can be used together with their name and urging them to come and buy that particular product.
Yeah.
So there are tremendous opportunities. Bruce and I have been discussing that, and I'm sure with the integration that we're planning, we'll just make it easier for everyone to just pick that this is the kind of opportunity that we want to get into and show them some examples in terms of how that can be done.
Well,
I can hardly wait.
Indra, I liked your idea that you had, and Emmy, I'm going to put it up on screen. What we were thinking also is here on the checkout page, if there was like a video player, like right above or right next to some way the beginning of the checkout process.
Yeah.
Like an interactive video player. That's what
you can already add videos in the PlugnPaid checkout pages. So with our integration, you should be able to also add Nexweave interactive videos, right? That would be great. I agree.
And then imagine if someone is hosting a product using PlugnPaid, and there are 100 affiliates. Once we made that particular product video ready, each of those individual affiliate pages can actually have the video say, "Hey, this is an offer from Inder. Hey, this is an offer from Emmy." And then it'll just make them feel a lot special because someone has created an offer just for me.
Yeah. Really powerful.
I think we missed one question about regarding Jeff personalization. I think he also purchased the code. So
it starts with may have missed. Is that it? Astrosh?
Yeah, right.
All right.
Well, I missed. Yeah.
May have missed response earlier. What's the best route for those of us who've already purchased a plan but want to purchase the combined offer? Do we have to purchase again? Good question. Let us know if you're an old AppSumo user or if you are like an existing Nexweave or an existing like PlugnPaid user from the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We can address that a little bit easier. But guys, what do you have a recommendation? Let's say if they are a new customer in the past 2 weeks.
From our side, from the PlugnPaid side, we have a 30-day refund period. So you guys are always free to no questions asked. So we cannot ask questions. We can refund and you can purchase the deal like that. If you're an old AppSumo user, then like I said, I have to talk to the guys, see what deal I can get for you. And I will post an update in our lifetime group on Facebook.
There we go. The person looks like they just bought Nexweave yesterday. So, Andrew,
so it's a question for Nexweave.
Yeah. Andrew, how would you like them to proceed on that?
Yeah, I think I'm guessing that there will be more examples like this who want to come back and have a discussion with us. So give us about 24 hours. We'll probably discuss internally in terms of what could be the steps in terms of jumping onto the combined account. And yeah, we'll help you guys out in terms of how to get that done.
Yeah.
Good question. All right.
In general, we want to help you guys out. So we want, we're not trying to say no. We're trying to say yes. And just give us a few hours to discuss this and see how we proceed in that case. Feel free to use the messenger box in our other landing pages, in our own deals, to ask us questions like this, or reach out to our support help desk, and we'll take it from there. No worries.
Ross says, "Well, babies take 9 months." So, he's referring to the split pay that we're introducing the first time, a 9-month split pay. Good one, Ross. Yeah. Good one. So think about it like that. Within 9 months, you will own your own personalization, video personalization, and interactive, platform for you and to help you manage for you and your clients. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, actually, you get it now, right? not after 9 months.
Well, you'll fully own it after you made all your payments. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Personalized upsell, Ross. Yep, totally agree. Your program looks great. Look forward. Great. Well, guys, as we start to wrap it up, go ahead and drop in your last questions here. Thank you to the 20 of you that have pretty much stayed consistent with us for the last hour and 20 minutes. I know this is a little bit different from our standard weekly PlugnPaid webinar, so I want to thank you for all of you that have been sticking with us. Ashutosh, Andrew, thank you guys. This is great to get a lot of good feedback like this in the middle of this stream. Just so you guys know, we are going to be I'm going to be hosting with Indra and Ashutosh the weekly streams on there. Emmy, you're feel free to join us any week that you want, because obviously we're going to have a lot of agency customers. But Indra, why don't you go ahead and talk about our weekly streams, and I'll find the URL where they can join the group.
Sure. I think we'll probably be starting from tomorrow. We'll be picking up various topics in terms of what you can do with Nexweave. We'll keep an open session tomorrow where we'll discuss about what's going to be in the roadmap. You guys can have conversations in terms of what features you require other than the ones that we've discussed over here. And then we'll get this into a regular practice so that you guys can see us every week, share your concerns, share your suggestions, and that's how we'll keep improving the product as we go along.
Awesome. We've been doing it for more than 1 year, and I can tell you it's great. It's amazing to be connected with the community like that.
Absolutely. That's why we're having these kind of discussions, and it's always best to build it with people who want to actually use it in the right way. And that's the only way you can build good products.
Ross.
Well, I was going...
That's a good question, though, Emmy. That's a good question, because if you have someone who's like they're beyond an affiliate, right? Indra, Ross is someone who you would call like your brand ambassador or your brand champion. If he listens to every live stream, he invests in every product. Those are the people that you go out of your way to say, look, I want to have a meeting with you. I want to pick your brain. Ross, you are our brand champion and our brand ambassador, 100%. Emmy, we got to do something for Ross. Just saying, just based on that comment alone.
I don't know, Ross. I don't know. I cannot promise that. Let's see. Let's see. Plug and Paid makes sense with a lot of different kinds of tools out there, and we already did it with Acado and Nexweave. We don't have any other deals today lined up for a bundle, but that's not excluded as an option for the future. As a matter of fact, I already contacted one more startup, which is really exciting if they would accept. So, but there's nothing settled yet. I don't know. I don't know.
Ross,
If you're an affiliate, you would love what we've got cooking this winter.
So Ross, we don't have anything set in stone yet. So far, yes, it is currently the last combo plug and pay deal. Let me jump into the next one here. Oh, sorry, guys. This is the group. So go ahead and take a snapshot on your phone. Facebook.com/group/media personalization. That is the Nexweave group where the community will be hosted at. Yep. We may have one in the future for like agencies. We haven't fully committed to that yet, but that's our primary one that we're directing everyone towards. There you go. So screenshot, guys. Take a screenshot of that. Let's go ahead and move on as we wrap it up. Sarai, these shows are wonderful. I'm so happy for you, Emmy, Bruce, and to all the founders to take the time to interact with the community. It makes us feel that much better about the investments. Correct. True. That's why we do it, Sarai. And I had this conversation with a few friends in some private chats before. The other thing I wanted to mention out there is that we use this as a way for trust building. We use this as a way for you to grow what Mr. Beck likes to call is affinity. You can grow more affinity and more trust the more often that you see someone like a founder like Emmy who takes the time to get in front of you every week consistently, half hour, 45 minutes a week, as a way for you to see he's totally approachable. You can talk to him about anything, set up meetings, ask questions. You're talking to both of us inside support. That's why we do it. So it's trust building. It's a way for you to see our transparency as much as we can. We do that specifically for a reason, for you guys too, to show that's what we value and how much we value you. We give back to you every week. So we'll be doing the same thing with Ender and with Ashtosh as well. So Sarai, thank you for mentioning that, and good point as well. 2021, please. Oh, regarding the next possible partnership we may have for a bundle package.
All right. We'll keep it in mind.
All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it. I want to thank Ender and Ashtosh. Thank you guys for joining us, and to everyone involved. If you're a plug and paid agency and you're not fully committed, or let's say you are a Nexweave customer, or you just happen to purchase right now, guys, go ahead and join the group. We'll be doing our weekly live streams with Nexweave here in this group. You'll also find it on the Facebook page. You'll see it on the YouTube page. You'll see it on Periscope, et cetera, just like we do our weekly live streams with Emmy as well. So, yes, hope that helps. And besides that, anything else before we say goodbye, guys?
No, not from my side. Everything is great. An hour and a half is good enough.
Cool.
Thanks, Bruce.
I think I love the conversation. The amount of comments that came in, the suggestions that came in. We should have conversations like this a lot more. And yes, Ross, let's get Nexweave in.
I like that. Emmy or Ender, you gotta take that one. Ross, I'm gonna say with your permission, Ender's gonna steal this. Ashtosh, we gotta put that on some of our graphics too.
Right.
Yeah, looks great. Get Nexweaving, guys. Go to nexweave.plugandpay.com and grab one of the packs.
There you go. You see the URL on the bottom there. And on that note, everyone have a good one. Take care, guys.
Cheers.
Take
Bye,
care, guys.
everyone.
Bye.